Band of Brothers has made a huge impact on me personally, on my relationship with my sons, and I would highly, highly recommend it. I have had great response from the men in our church that went through Band of Brothers because it creates a common language for a community of believers within the context of a local church.
We live in a culture that is desperate for people to take initiative, to be proactive when it comes to their spiritual lives and their homes, and to have a seminar that gave you a vision for that and then a plan for how to go home and do it. That was exciting to me.
Probably the thing that made the biggest impact on me was the fact that the seminar is about story. A story that was not hypothetical, it was real. It was about a family. It was about a father and some sons, and it was a story of hope.
Their transparency about that journey provide easy steps for any family to be able to take, and also a hope and a vision for how real change can take place.
So often in this area, it's usually about the struggle with pornography and the need for accountability, and that's kind of how the whole thing is developed. But this took us much deeper into theology and how theology affects the way I choose to live my life in purity and morality, and I loved that aspect of it.
This seminar uniquely addresses the core of our problem. It really gets to the root and doesn't just deal with symptoms. The fact is that our heart needs to be changed.
Most of us have already resigned ourselves to this idea that there's no solution and I'm stuck here, and hopefully I'll have better times than the worst times, but for the most part this is a lifelong defeated struggle. And though it may be a lifelong struggle, there is hope in the struggle, and the hope is the gospel.
When we train our men in a seminar like Band of Brothers, we're sending missionaries into the home.
What it did was it turned a secret battle into an opportunity to disciple my sons. And that changes the whole dynamic of why I need to engage and what the solution is. I think the biblical basis that it's taught out of gives hope that because of the gospel, because of the cross, there is a solution.
What Mark brings as a communicator is transparency, an unwavering conviction, a family full of testimonies that tell us that real change can take place in our lives. You'll be drawn in by his clear presentation.
I love the passion for this subject and the courage that Mark has to step into a taboo area with some practical solutions that I had never heard before. I've read books, I've seen things, but never had I experienced this, and I believe primarily it's because it's coming out of the testimony of his life.
When Mark shares his testimony, he calls each man to look into the mirror and to ask himself, what kind of a model am I in my home?
It's a powerful experience.